it's Kelly here for Soy and Shea, and thank you so much for joining me for today's video. It's a little bit of a different one today. It's not quite a vlog and it's definitely not a soap making video. But the last time I did release one of my vlogs, I did mention about decorating the shop for Halloween, and a few people asked me if I could take you along as I decorated it. And I also had one of my awesome customers see that I said I was going to decorate the shop with a Halloween theme, and she brought down this great big box of glass pumpkins and books and all these other Halloween decorations, and she said that she wanted to help out so I didn't have to fork out a whole lot of money for this year and I could gradually build up my sort of stock of decorations myself. So huge thank you to her. She knows who she is. I don't know if I can actually say who she is on the camera, but thank you so much for that. I am a little bit behind in doing the decorating. It's the 4th of October today, and I had hoped to get the shop decorated and all the Halloween stuff out for the 1st of October. But if you have been following along over on Instagram and the Facebook page, and my patrons also know as well, I had a bit of a fall last week. I was tidying up in our bedroom, walked around the bottom of the bed and tripped up over our dog's bed, which is on the floor. A nice big soft plush blanket. My foot got all tangled up in it. I went falling forwards, and about half hour later my foot had all ballooned up. Been to the doctor, and it looks like I've actually broken the tip off one of the bones in my big toe, and it is really sore. It's been about a week now, and I'm walking around. I don't have a boot or anything, and I can do things. It has just slowed me down just a little bit, so I had to delay the release of the Halloween stuff, but I'm feeling pretty good. I've been resting all morning. It's a public holiday here. Been resting all morning, so I've decided I'll come down the shop now. I can jump up and down on the little step stool I've got, and I'm going to decorate the shop up. So let's see how I'm going to do all this decoration for my shop. Let's go. Okay, so one of the tips I will give you when putting your spider webbing up, which I forgot to do this time around and knew I should have done it, is to always clip your nails before actually doing it. Any of the slightest little nicks and sort of chips that you've got in your nail, that stuff sticks all over to you. And then you think that you've got it in the perfect place, you move and it's stuck to your fingernail and it pulls off. Really, really annoying. I was having all sorts of issues, but it's all up there, pretty happy with how it's looking. And now I'm going to put out some of these ornaments that my customer brought down to me. I did take some of them home to do some of the product photography with, like this gorgeous looking pumpkin here. These are all glass. Well, actually this one's ceramic, I should say. This one is a glass one. This one is absolutely gorgeous. So we've got a nice little white one as well. We've got a really big one here with lots of, that one will actually sit like that. She has also got in some, so I'm going to sit flat. Oh, I'm so worried about breaking them. She's also brought down these gorgeous sort of globes. They have got glitter in them so that they do sparkle, and they are musical as well. So they do actually play little haunted sounds. So we'll see if anyone does discover that. They're going to be put in places where people won't be able to access them too much, because I really don't want to get them broken, but they are absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to get these ones put out, and then I also did buy a couple of things myself as well. I want blue dye all over me. I was working with Lake blue dye this week and it's just everywhere, so I've got to give the place a good clean. She also had some books in there as well, a lot of those sort of Edgar Allan Poe. There was some Agatha Christie and a couple of other books, so we're just going to scatter them around the shop as well. So let's get them out there. So this is one of the pieces that I purchased. So I went into TK Maxx, which is where my customer told me she was getting a lot of these things from, and I saw this and I just couldn't resist. I'm going to get some tea light ones to go in here, because the idea is I'm going to put it on top of the candle shelving, and then I'll have the tea lights going. But I didn't want to put real ones in just for the whole fire and safety hazard thing, but I think having some electric tea lights in there will look really pretty. I also couldn't resist these rather ugly looking bats. And how super cute are these two little things? And yes, Lee, they are more little gnomes that I found. I don't usually get onto the whole gnome sort of thing. Sorry, Lee from Wicked Lee and I were talking about the ones I'd found, and she thought I'd got onto the whole gnome craze, but there wasn't much choice. They were all gnomes down at TK Maxx, but these two I thought were super cute. I have got two other little gnomes as well, but that's about it as far as the gnome thing goes. But I'm thinking these are going to look super cute sitting up on top of the shelf, maybe even over on my bench. They may just move around during the month, so people will have to come in and see where they move to. I did also get myself a special lolly jar to go on at the bench as well. I do like to have just a couple of sweets out on the bench when people are at the checkout, just a bit of a thank you. But I found this jar and we've filled it up with some spooky looking treats. We've got some little teeth, and there are also some eyeballs in there as well. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the stuff that I will be offering for the Halloween release. Up on the top shelf here in the shop, I will basically have pretty much one of each of the things we have on offer, and then all the extra stock we're going to be kept on the shelves underneath so people can grab whatever they want here. I've got a mix of candles and melts and the bath and body stuff. I pretty much decided for Halloween I was only going to have 3 fragrances as my main sort of selection, and they are going to be very strictly limited. I bought in half-litre bottles and I made everything that I could out of them. If the Halloween release is really successful, then I will get in another lot of the fragrances, but otherwise it is what it is. I started off with some candles, and I got in some very limited edition jars for this one, and these are the jars. We've got a nice clear jar and then the wooden lids to go on the top of them. These candles are slightly larger than my normal large jars, so they've got about a 45 to 55 hour burn time. Now this is the first of the fragrances. It is called the Witching Hour, and this one is really nice. It's got things like patchouli and sandalwood at its base, but it's got this really bright raspberry smell in it as well. So even if you're not a fan of patchouli, you'll probably like this one. My husband doesn't like patchouli. He doesn't like the wooden smells that I like, and I'm not a particular fan of the super sweet smells, but that combination of that woody patchouli and sandalwood with that fresh sweet raspberry in the top of this, we both really like this fragrance. It is a really good, very unique, very different. So that is Witching Hour. And then I also have Poison Apple, which is a sweet rosy red apple, and there's hints of vanilla and sort of that real sweet frosting sort of smell to go in there as well. And then the third one is we've got Trick or Treat, and this has got things like pumpkin and maple and banana, some cinnamon, some clove. So it's a mix of sweet and spicy sort of fragrances in there. I'm not a fan of cinnamon, but this is one that I could actually bear making, so I did get one in for all the cinnamon fans. And then at home I've been doing a bit of a cleanup, and I've been trying to get rid of things that I've bought throughout the years, never really had space to stock them down at the markets. One other thing I had from a few years ago was some excess jars that I did for a Christmas special, and I had 12 of those jars left, so I have made up only 12 of these. These are called Sweet Vampire Kisses, and this has got it's quite a sweet fruity one. It's got notes of raspberry and strawberry. There's a little bit of marshmallow and musk in there as well. It is a really nice fragrance, one for all of you really sweet lovers. So that one is Sweet Vampire Kisses, and there are only 12 of these available. I then did all of those fragrances except for the Sweet Vampire Kisses in some little melts. So we've got our Trick or Treats, they're in the shape of pumpkins. We did the Witching Hour, which has got some bats, some witches' hats and some vampire teeth. And then I have Poison Apple, which has got your green apples and your little red one in there as well. And there is about 60 grams worth of wax, 60 to 65 grams worth of wax in these, which is the same size as one of the big melt packs that I do. So they are really good value. So we've got all of those. That is all the candles and melts. Let's get the bath and body stuff out. So the first part of our bath and body range, we'll look at other foaming sugar scrubs, and I pretty much use those same fragrance profiles to make them. So we have got the Witching Hour. This one has been coloured using some activated charcoal, and I've used some of Wicked Lee's soap sprinkles on the top. I was running out of time to make my own, plus she had designs that she's not released sprinkle sheets for yet, so I ordered her bento box and decorated the top. I prefer to decorate the tops of my sugar scrubs with soap, but I don't like how Melt and Pour goes all slimy, so I thought we'll try the soap sprinkles in those. So that is our Witching Hour. There's also some Blizzard Mica in there, so it will leave a little bit of a shine on the skin. The next one I have got is my Poison Apple, again with some of the soap sprinkles and biodegradable glitter just to finish them off. And I've used one little cauldron and then some little bubbles in there. That one has been made using some avocado oil, and that one's got just sugar in it. The next one I have is Midnight Pumpkin, and this I've only got 5 of these available. Basically I had the fragrance oil, I made the soap, which I will show you later. I had a little bit of leftover, so I made some sugar scrubs with them. This one has been made using olive oil, and there's also some kale and clay in there too. And then we also have this one here, which is Trick or Treat, the same as the candle. This one here, however, I did do the scrub just a little bit different, and I also added in some ground olive stones in this one, as well as the sugar. So it's got a little bit more exfoliation in there, and it's made with the olive oil, and there was also a little bit of clay in it too. There is a 5th sugar scrub. I actually have to make this one when I come back into the shop on Wednesday. The lady next door, she really liked this Sweet Vampire Kisses when she came over to have a sneak peek, and she asked if I could do a sugar scrub in it as well. So that is what I have got to make up. So we'll also have Vampire Kisses in the sugar scrub. I will have a fair few of those. So we have a couple of soaps that we are also releasing. I'm going to release the Sweet Darkness as part of the Halloween range, so I'll pop those on there. And we have also got the Midnight Pumpkin soap. A video will be coming out for this one very soon, and that's just to match in with that other sugar scrub. We've also got the moisturizers to match in with the sugar scrubs. I will also have that Sweet Kisses as well. So again, we've got that witching hour, and I have put just a little bit of mica in them as well. Not enough that it's going to stain skin, but just enough to make them a little bit fun. So we've got orange for our trick or treat. And then for our poison apple, it's got this slight pink shade to it. So we've got those. We also have some soaking salts, and I've done 2 different ones. We have got Under Your Spell, which has got all things like rose, lavender. It has got, what else did we put in? Chamomile flowers, and it has also got some hibiscus in there as well. A little bit of like red dye in there just to colour the bathwater red. There is also a little wooden scoop in here and a little mesh bag for those that don't like floaties in their bath like me. And I've also done a witch's brew, and this is where the blue dye has gone into. It's not going to stain or anything while it's in here, but while I was making it, I managed to get it everywhere. This one here has got a mix of all sorts. There is some mallow flowers, some jasmine, some cornflower, some rose. There is some chrysanthemum in here as well. And again, the little wooden scoop and the bag is inside here too. And the last thing that I have got to go on the shelf here, I've got to actually go and get some better containers to put them in. Just not found anything yet, are the lip balms. And we've got 4 of them. So let me grab them out. The 4 that we are offering, we have got Zombie Apocalypse. That's a hard one. This one is a mint and vanilla. We have got Vampire Kisses, which is a cherry brandy. We have got Trick or Treat, which is lolly shop, and I've also got Black Cats, which is absinthe. So it's not completely licorice, but it's got licorice, a little bit of vanilla, and a little bit of other spices in there as well. So they are the 4 lip balms I'll be offering. So let's get all this sort of out on the table here, ready to go. I almost forgot, I do have one other thing I've got to actually finish wrapping them up, which I'll do on Wednesday, is I have some little mini soaps which I think the kids are going to absolutely adore. I found these molds last Halloween in the checkout bin at the local grocery store, so I bought them in, and this is what I have made. These ones, these little pumpkins, are all slightly different. Some of them are completely black because the soap ran all the way through. Some of them have got orange hats. There are also 2 of these style of pumpkins. One that is reversed to this. There is a little ghost. There is also a little skull. So I have painted them all as well, apart from the ghost. And there is also a little bat as well. So I'm going to wrap these ones up. These are just more mini little fun ones for the kids. So they're only going to be about $3 or $4 each, or I might do a little bundle of them as well. As I said, I'm going to get those ones wrapped on Wednesday. So the moisturizers are very strictly limited. There may be only 4 or 5 of each of them. And the reason being is that I changed my moisturizer jars to 150 gram jars, and I had some of these 100 gram jars still sitting in the shed from leftovers, and I decided that I would actually do a couple of moisturizers just to use them up. They weren't initially in the works to be doing as part of Halloween, but I have got about 4 or 5 of each of them to match in with the body scrubs. The best until almost last. Yes, these are my other gnomes, so I couldn't resist getting these two. I was trying to decide which one to get, and first of all I went and got this one on the ground, then I went back and got this one too. He's holding on to a little pumpkin here. I'm going to rotate these, so sometimes they'll be sitting near the door. I've got the little space behind the counter to put them as well, so they'll just be sitting around the shop somewhere. So for now, I might just pop him down here on the ground. And this one, when I was looking at the two and trying to decide, I almost got the other one first. And I went to go and put this one away, and I realized his legs extend. So I had to get him instead, and I have had so much fun with him. My dog, my poor Lucy Lou, I had this one sitting in the corner. It was against a wall and a little side shelf when you come up the stairs, and she'd been downstairs with me all day, all sort of afternoon one day, and she came up the stairs and she'd forgotten that I'd put that there, and she leapt so far out of her skin when she walked past it. She thought there must have been a little human there, because he was actually standing up quite high, and then when she goes and touches him, he sinks back down, which really frightens her as well. But I couldn't resist him. So I can have a lot of fun with this one in the shop, putting him in lots of different sort of heights. But for now, we're going to pop him over in the corner here, and you can see he sinks right down to the bottom, and then if I just pick him up, his little feet come up as well. So I think he's going to be a lot of fun here. We'll leave him standing up at his highest for now. So I'm really pleased with what I've done so far. I have got that metal pumpkin sitting on there, and I'll get those electric tea lights to go in there once the shops are open again. But I'm really pleased. I love those glass pumpkins. You can see my new cutter up there. We've got these really ugly looking bats. We've got 2 of them floating there on the ceiling. really happy with them. The cobwebbing is looking really good on the window too. Love how the display shelf has come together over here as well. I've got just enough room left in here to put my lip balms and also those mini soaps as well. I do have one other thing planned if I've got time for it. I have done the cobwebbing over the door, so you can see that bit hanging. Means that when I open up in the mornings, hopefully that cobwebbing will actually show over the top there, and then we've got all of that across the top too. We'll go and have a quick look outside. And here it is from the outside, so you can see those little displays. Might have to put just something a little bit extra on the back of those boxes as well, just to make them really pop. But you can see the candles and all the other Bath & Body products as well, and all of those spooky cobwebs. So I am super pleased with how all of that has come together so far. When I come back in on Wednesday into the shop, I will wrap up the mini soaps that I've got. I will also have a bowl to put those lip balms in, and I will show you the completed display with all those extra bits on there. Okay, so it has been a week since I released the Halloween stuff. It was actually quite a busy week, so I didn't get to finish recording. But here is the Halloween display with what is left. So you can see I did put all the extra candles down the bottom there. These were the little soaps. I've not got many of these left. They were in a much bigger bowl, but this is all we've got left now. So we've got some of the little ones. And then I also did some packs of all 6 of them up. I found these little bowls to put the lip balms in. So they all came together really well. Very happy. I did up some price signs to go on the top there so people knew what each of the pieces were, as well as put little prices along the bottom there. On the outside of the store I did also put some price signs so people could see before actually committing to coming into the shop. But I am so super happy with how it all came together. I did end up getting the little battery operated tea lights to go in there. My mum had some from previous Christmas craft things, so she gave me those ones to put in. But I've been so happy, and it has drawn in so many people to come and see how it's all been decorated. So I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me as I decorated the shop for Halloween. I know I have definitely enjoyed it, and I can't wait to start decorating for Christmas. If you did enjoy coming along, why not leave me a thumbs up and any comments down below. And until the next video comes out, I hope you have a great one, and I'll see you then. Bye.